What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Yes, we're bringing back the OG intro, guys. Here's the deal. We're cutting straight to the chase. We need tuning solutions for these cars. Mostly the pushrod combos. If you're staying with the pushrod combo, guys, these PCMs are old. They're falling apart. They're causing guys all kinds of crazy issues, and so we need to talk about this. How do you tune your Fox body? Do you try and stick it out with the old school PCM, have it rebuilt, refurbished, whatever, or do you do something else? Today, my buddy Stuart's coming over and bringing his heads cam intake 93LX. You've seen it on the channel a bunch of times. We're going to do some data logging and that, and we're going to talk about how do you tune your car? You know, what do you do? Guys, here's the thing. For getting your car tuned, if you've got heads, cam, and intake, even if you're a mass air car, and even if you do the base idle resets and you got everything just perfect, you're still going to need a tune. You're still going to have hunting and surging. It's still going to buck. It's still going to do all kinds of just stupid things. The car needs to be tuned. Now, little sidebar, back in 2013 when I did the HCI heads, cam, intake on my car, my 92, I did take it to the dyno and had it tuned with SCT software, and they had the little chip they put in. The difference was amazing. The baseline was 282 horsepower and 305 foot-pounds of torque. That's what I pulled in as, totally untuned. The drivability was garbage. Every time it went to open loop, the car would hunt and surge. It would die at traffic lights. You know what I'm talking about. You know. So I decided to have it tuned. Again, baseline was 280 horsepower and 282, 305. By the time I was done, the car made 320, 352. So, I mean, think about how much power just in that tune. That most of you guys are probably giving up, driving around thinking, I don't need a tune, being cheap. Stop being cheap. And so get the power you paid for. You did the heads, cam, intake, you did all that, you put all this work into your car. Get the power out of it. You need to have the car tuned, and of course there is some other ways. There's several different ways you can do it, guys. There's a lot of options, and I can't sit here and say one is right for you, one is not right for you. This is the best. There's different budget levels. There's different complexity levels. There's a whole lot of options. So I'm not going to sit here and say you need this or you need that. But what I will tell you is, we're about to go for a ride in Jason's car. He's got the micro squirt on it. That seems to be an up-and-coming, very popular option. You can do like I did on my car and have the car tuned with SCT software, which requires a chip and all of that stuff. You can go Holley EFI. Holley EFI is extremely popular and works really good. Again, guys, there's several different options. This is where you need to dig in and start doing your research, start pricing things. And you also need to decide how much effort you're willing to put into these standalone units. You're either going to have to pay someone to tune it, or you're going to have to learn and figure out and tune the car yourself. Both of which are, it's not plug and play. It's not, you're just not going to get in there and boom, it's all great and fine and good. They do have some self-learning capabilities, which is great, but still the nuts and bolts, the drivability. Jason's been fighting issues, trying to get the car to compensate when he turns the air conditioning on. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it, so don't think it's just going to be a quick, cheap, easy fix. It's going to be some work unless you want to pay a shop to install it, pay a shop to tune it, it's going to be expensive. Bar none, it's going to be expensive. All right, guys, so here we go. This is the vehicle in question. Of course, you guys know Jason's car, been on the channel a bunch, but here's the thing, and spoiler alert, don't hate on the little intake there. There's a little whistle coming for it. I guess cat's out of the bag. Okay guys, so this is the thing. We're gonna do some data logging. I'm just gonna drive it and tune it. We're gonna talk about it a little bit, but again, this is the micro squirt. It is basically a speed density style setup, and I mean, what do you think so far? It's been worth it?
I mean, until I get it figured out, it'll be worth it.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that do run these, but at the same time, you know, it's one of those, you got to figure it out. You know, it's not like you're just gonna put it in and just ride, right? Yeah, so don't expect to just plug it up and go down the road. I mean, you're gonna have to earn it. But we're fixing to get in here, and I'm gonna drive, and we're gonna try to get some logs and see if we can't get the tune revised a little bit. As far as what it's doing right now, is it just mainly drivability, or is it idle, or what's the main issue?
I mean, idle's down. Idle's fine.
Yeah.
It's just going from lean to fat, like while driving it.
Okay.
It's got a hesitation here and there, like just cruising speeds. You can feel it. When gas down on it, I think all my settings are good on the like wide open draws and stuff like that. It's just the daily driving part of it. I think needs some.
That's the drivability part. That's the killer. So yeah, guys, we're about to get all set up here and take down the road and see if we can maybe smooth the tune out a little bit. All right, guys. So here's the interface right there. That's kind of what you're working with. Is it as complicated as it looks?
No.
Basically, you just got values for different RPM ranges and different throttle angles, stuff like that. Does it get that in?
With the throttle angles?
Yeah.
This is just my fuel table. This is my spark table.
Gotcha.
And as we drive, instead of letting auto tune do it, because my auto tune for some reason keeps flatlining, it'll do a little bit, then it just flatlines, and it'll stop, and it starts bobbing and beeging. So I'm gonna mainly auto tune or do.
Cool.
So.
All right, boys. So we're gonna get the cameras mounted up and make some polls here, see what she do. And I didn't notice the boost in the white and the air fuel. That looks great. Yep, cat's out of the bag. That one will be moving the other direction shortly. It's crazy how these cars can be so identical and feel so different in every way. So we just haven't hit that spot. Alright guys, so just making a quick stop, had to get a little drink. Making some minor adjustments. It's kind of what you're going to be working with if you get the micro squirt. But I didn't show you guys. It got the 3-inch tails on it. She's looking good. Good. Still kills me. If if my car was black, I'd be good to go. Especially with that black interior, though. Just let that camera record until it dies. Oh yeah, might want to take the brake off. parking brake doesn't work.
Oh, really?
No. Since we did the disc brakes on it.
Yeah.
And of course I got the skinnies, so I forgot, you know, back when I had the Pony R's, I had to do the same thing when turning. But having the skinny wheels, you know, I got that.
Well, I think if I ever change the control arms, it'd be alright.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, the biggest wheel they ever put on these cars was 7 inches wide, so it's like crazy. Alright guys, we're gonna ride out here and do a little more logging. See what nervous. About 2,700 or so. It's bucking a little there too. Alright guys, so there you go. There's a quick little look at tuning your own car. Like I said at the beginning, there's a bunch of options, and you just got to figure out what's best for your budget and your skill level. And if driving around and tuning isn't your deal, then you probably but it actually is kind of fun to sit there and mess with it until it gets, it can get frustrating obviously, but and again, if you know, have somebody else tune it. Whatever you want to do, you know, again, your skill level, your budget, you know, what if you got a whole lot going on, power adders, nitrous, line locks, and
this does it all. It'll control nitrous, your electric fans.
Yeah, it's
everything.
It's pretty badass. You got startup, idle,
I mean, you can go over
boost, advance,
and turn on like boost control, launch control, nitrous system.
Very
cut
cool.
out. It's got a rev limiter. You can change your rev limiter. Mine's set 6,200.
That's awesome.
Progressive retard. You can change it to cut off fuel or your spark and fuel, or just either or.
Huh. It's freaking awesome.
Not bad.
So also guys, if you want more in-depth look at this, Brutal Vlogs does a lot. His turbo car, the People's Fox, is tuned with that. So check that out. You know, my purpose in doing this video is to, you know, help you, you know, hopefully make some sort of informed decision about how to tune your car. And you do need to have it tuned. As I said at the beginning of the video, you lose a lot of power just kind of running it off the stock PCM. These old PCMs are dying, so you need to look at other options as far as how to, you know, how to manage the engine in your vehicle, you know, get the most power, best drivability. So hope that helps. Leave a comment below if you've got some more, you know, options that you think are viable, and we'll be back. This car will be on the dyno soon. We're going to see kind of where we're at as far as power, and then make some Vortec noises soon too. That's going to be fun.
If it ever comes in.
If it ever comes in. My Vortec rep, by the way, call me back, please. We're trying to do videos here. Alright guys, that is what is up. If you enjoyed this video, big thumbs up. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, and stay tuned for more on the Black 93LX. Later.